Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Puck Nation Podcast, episode number 93. Guys, we made it to 93,
Dude,
man.
How crazy is that? Episode
That's insane,
93.
isn't it?
Last year, the Habs won the cup.
Yeah.
That's right.
Also the number of the savior.
Demidov.
Here he is.
Yeah.
He can't wait.
He can't help himself.
He can't help himself. Really? I know.
Weren't you born like after 93 or
No, I
something?
was born in 92.
Okay.
So, like, you were at the parade?
Definitely, bro. My dad didn't
Your
even know
dad
what
was
hockey
there?
was.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. What's going on, guys? You good?
Good.
Yeah, how's your weekend?
It was good.
Yeah.
We got a big episode today, don't we?
Yeah, we have a huge episode today. We have a lot of shit to announce. We have a giveaway.
Yeah.
Giveaway. We have a
Special
little
guest.
special guest. And we have a new sponsor that I want to
Is
get
that
to
like
right away.
the perfect trifecta or what?
Yeah. No kidding. So let's start off by saying thank you to the guys that make this happen right away. They've been with us what, a year now, for all almost all 93 episodes. My dear friends over at Red One Music, guys, I've been saying it before and I'll say it again. Anything you want, music, you want, MI, your musical instruments, you want podcasts, you want DJ equipment, whatever. Go see them over at 2069 Chartier in Dorval. You can give them a shout at 514-225-2226. You tell them Puck Nation sent you. And my dear friend Sergio, Tommy, and James will help you out. That's for sure, right?
Yep.
They've been doing this since we started this, right? And this is a nice little surprise. My friends over at Via Ristorante. Restaurant, right? Where we go and pig out Mike all the time.
Yeah.
Right? There you go. These are our new friends to the show.
New sponsors.
Yeah, guys, it's an Italian restaurant, man, and they make their own pizza dough, and they have pizza, and they have subs, and they have pasta, and they have the best polenta, right?
Yeah.
They have the best polenta.
No, the chicken parm is
The
pretty
chicken
goddamn
parm,
good.
and what we always freak out over, Mike,
The
the
Brajol.
brajol. Every time we go there, we buy like 9 of them.
Yeah.
And it's incredible.
Amazing.
Guys, go see Louis over there at that 4711 Street, whatever. Amiens in Montreal. 514-321-3636 for reservations. You give them a shout, and I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed with the food. They're incredible. I mean,
Amazing.
not because it's my friend and my cousin that works there. It's amazing food.
The best. The best.
And now they're here with us.
Tell them Mimo and the boys sent you.
Yeah, you tell them that Mimo and the guys from Puck Nation sent you. I'm telling you, this little restaurant is it's a hidden gem. It's a little corner, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And
Those are usually the best.
yeah, pretty much.
Nice,
pretty much.
quiet place too.
Yeah, I love it. And they have the room in the back. They have the terrace in the summer. Anyway, go see them, and you tell them we sent you. Now, guys, I want to get to today's show because to me,
It's a big one.
It's a big one today. Well, a dear friend of mine, I can't believe I'm actually saying that. I mean, I had posters of this guy when I was a kid in my room. It was like incredible. You know what, Yanni? Fuck it, just put him on. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Frank Marino is here with us. Frank, what's up, man? Thank you so much for doing this. How are you?
Hi, guys. How are you?
Not too bad, man. How are you?
Good.
I'm real good.
Thank you for doing this. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you
so
for
much.
having me.
Oh, man, are you kidding me? Listen, before we even get started with the playing, whatever, how are you? How are you feeling? You
I'm
okay?
feeling 100%.
That's
Feeling good.
Dude, that's
That's
a Puck
so-
Nation podcast. Come on.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a first. That's a first.
There you go.
That's been a while since you said that, man.
Yeah.
That's so good to hear. You good? Yeah, your health is good.
Yeah,
Everything-
everything's fine.
That's incredible.
God bless.
Yeah, for
Everything's
real,
fine.
man. God bless.
Absolutely.
When we saw you last week, did that little show with Melnick.
At the Le Neuvième.
That Le Neuvième,
Yeah,
exactly. You
yeah.
know, let me tell you something, man. For me, it was a thrill to see you back there. We had such a great time. The
Yeah.
people absolutely adored you, Mike. We were there
Yeah, they
together.
went crazy.
They went crazy. I know you're gonna think this is crazy. There was people in tears, Frank. I'm not just saying.
I
this.
was told that.
Mike, Frank,
yeah,
I swear to you.
I was told that again today by Mitch.
Listen, I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were there. We saw
And
it.
my knees might
Well-
not work well. My back is busted, but my eyes still,
You know what, guys? For people that don't know,
Mhm.
who is Frank?
Frank. I mean, listen. One of the world's greatest guitar players, as far as I'm concerned, as far as the
Yeah.
world is concerned, everybody that we know, and we're here with him. I can't
Yeah,
believe it. Like,
it's crazy,
you're
yeah.
here. This is incredible. Thank you so much. And he's a big Habs fan. We're gonna get to that.
I'm
We're
a
gonna-
hockey fan.
Hockey fan.
Yeah,
I grew up a big Habs fan.
yeah, that's right. You grew up a
Whoa.
big Habs fan. Yanni, you got two on us.
It's gonna be a
today.
good
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
gonna be a
you're
good
all-
one.
Yeah. We'll have a good one. I
Yeah.
want to know some stories. But before that, we're going to talk a little bit about the music. Frank, what's going on, man? The pedals and everything else that you're doing.
Well, I'm building pedals because I want people to be able to have the sound that I had for so many years. And it's the sound that I design. I design it myself and build them on order, basically.
That's awesome.
But I'm playing more. And
That's the important part.
now I've been going to a few jam sessions,
That's right.
and the Neuvième thing was pretty cool. It was I felt right at home.
Oh man, because that's where you belong, man.
Yeah.
That's where you belong on that stage. It's incredible.
And so I'm going to there's a private jam that I'm invited to on the 22nd of November. So I'm going to go to that thing too.
Perfect.
Bunch of musicians, see what happens. And then maybe I was talking to some people about maybe putting a show together.
Oh,
there it
my
is.
God, you heard it here first,
There it
man.
is.
Oh my God, that is
Frank's
incredible.
back.
Frank's back. That's great.
Yeah.
You know, you were talking about your pedals and whatever your sound. When you were a kid, who shaped that sound for you? I know everybody compared you to, you know what I'm going to say, but where did you get that? Where did you decide to do that? Like, because everybody, that's the first thing they talk about is your sound, your tone. Where does that come from?
It comes from burning my hands a million times by rewiring stuff.
Fucking mad scientist, yeah.
I'd get an amp or I'd get a pedal or I'd get something and I'd say, well, no, I don't like it the way it is. We're going to find maybe this wire should go there.
Okay, but then why would you get that pedal? I don't get it. Like, if you're gonna fix it yourself,
well, there weren't that many.
Yeah.
So you have to just go with what they had.
I started in 1968.
Wow.
So 68, late 68, 69.
Yeah.
Woodstock.
Yeah, when I was born.
What pedals really were there?
Not many.
There was the
I think
Vox.
Jimi
Wah.
Hendrix only had 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and everyone else didn't use them. So you get what you'd get, and then when you couldn't get, you'd build one. I knew a few guys that knew a little bit about electronics, and then I'd say, well, can you help me build a fuzz tone, or can you help me build this and that? And you build it, and you modify it again, and modify it again
Until you got that.
Until you got a sound that you liked.
Because like everybody we talk to,
yeah,
music wise, that's all they talk about is that tone, that sound, that tone, that sound. I'm like, where the hell did he get it? I'm like, if he's building those pedals, what do you think he did?
There's not too many guitar players that have a signature tone, like a sound that you know right away.
That's right, exactly.
Forget about just a signature tone. It's the talent.
Well, the play.
There's a straight up talent for music, right? It's
and the guys you looked up to, Frank. I know we talked, off air, whatever, a couple of times.
I'm a '60s guy, so the guys I looked up to were '60s guys. Obviously, I started my touring in the '70s. And a lot of the '60s guys, or some of the '60s guys, were still touring. Unfortunately, I got with management that didn't put me with the '60s guys. They put me with '70s guys.
Yeah.
And of course, I was only 16 when I made my first album.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
So I was pretty young.
Yeah, no shit.
And I guess they didn't want me on shows with older people, so it was all the new up and comers that I would play with. And how up and coming can you get? One gig AC/DC opened for me. So
that's
hello. Yeah.
That's aging me, right?
No, hey, listen.
But like coming from somebody that's not in music, like I don't have a music bone in my body. I wish I did. Like I'm still looking for my talent, guys. I don't know. How did you figure out like this is what I want to do? Like I am really good at this.
Yanni, wait, before you answer, you want me to freak you out? He used to be a drummer
before being a guitarist.
Yeah, I was a kid who played the drums. I wouldn't put myself as a drummer.
Yeah.
The way drummers are, but I was a kid who played the drums, and I thought I would always play the drums. And I'll tell you a funny story. I mean, I ended up being influenced by a lot of guitar players. One of them being Jimi Hendrix. And I actually went to see Jimi Hendrix live in 1968. And I actually left.
My God.
And he never let you live it down.
No, he never let me forget it. I heard that name for the rest of my life.
Yeah, no shit.
Because when I saw him, I wasn't a guitarist yet.
So you couldn't care less, exactly.
I wanted to see the drummer, and I couldn't hear him because it was too loud and there was too much echo, and I couldn't hear Mitch Mitchell. And
you go there to see Mitch Mitchell.
And I just saw the opening act, which was the Soft Machine, and they had a drummer that did a 40-minute drum solo.
Oh my God.
So, I was very disappointed that I couldn't hear Mitch Mitchell. So I said, I'm leaving. I don't want to hear this.
I bet you're the only person on planet Earth.
I was the only person that left that night. That's for sure.
It's crazy.
Because I'll never forget the sound of my footsteps in the arena. Click, clock, click.
Oh
clock.
my God.
Even the people at the concession stands were inside watching Jimi Hendrix, and I was walking away.
Oh my God. And like Mike just said, he never let you live that down, did he?
Yeah, he said, you'll never forget my name, man.
Oh my God. That's crazy. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Go to a show like Purple, whatever. Get out of here. Yeah.
But later on,
and
later on, when I became a guitar player, I mean, he was the guy.
Of course.
He was so different.
I've heard you talk about Johnny Winter too.
Johnny Winter was the second guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard you talk about Johnny Winter. Yeah.
So there was a lot of guys. It was, but it wasn't just guitar. That you have to understand that in those days, like today, people sometimes get into music and they say, "Oh, that guitarist is great," or that singer's amazing, or whatever. They compartmentalize it, like they cut it apart.
Yeah.
But in those days, it was just the music.
right.
No one really I mean, you couldn't help saying Jimi Hendrix was a fantastic artist because he was so different.
Yeah.
But it was really about the music. If you liked Cream, or you liked the Small Faces, or you liked the Doors, or
whatever.
Liked, anything else, the Beatles, it was about the music. And it was only later on that it started to be about the individual
Musician.
instrumentalist.
Yeah. Since I've known you, you've used SG guitars, the Gibson SG, okay? And there's Tony Iommi, there's Angus, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever play anything else?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I played
I don't know about that.
Stratocaster.
Really? You played a Strat?
Yeah.
Live on stage?
Yeah.
Come on.
On the back of my second album, I'm playing live on stage and I'm holding a Stratocaster.
That's true.
Really? I can't picture it right now.
Yeah.
So you have played a Strat before?
Yeah, I have a beautiful 61. Yeah.
Oh, that's all.
That's it. Only a while.
Well, I have a couple of other ones too. But
Yeah.
That 61 is on that picture.
I've only ever seen you with an SG. That's incredible, man. I didn't know that you also play Strat. Listen,
But
go ahead.
I wanted to ask one
Yeah.
question. So, all these guys you talk about that you like, that you looked up to, and such, is there a guy that you would have loved to, or would love to jam with, living or not? The guy that you never got to jam with that you would have loved to jam with?
Well, it would be Hendrix.
It would be Hendrix.
It would be, yeah.
I figured.
Yeah.
I figured as much.
Would you apologize if I left your show, man?
Yeah, I would. I think he'd laugh.
Oh man, sorry, dude. Look, I left your show, but
Yeah.
you wanna jam?
That's
Really,
crazy.
Hendrix?
Yeah.
It would be the guy.
It would be Hendrix. So, I mean, I played a lot of shows with Johnny Winter.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was in awe all the time. I would shorten. I was opening for him, and I would shorten my show on purpose. And I never once played Johnny Be Good when I played with Johnny Winter.
There, yeah.
Yeah. And I would shorten my show so that I could watch him. And I would pass him in the hallway. Hello, sir.
Sir.
I wasn't. I was so shy about the guy that I couldn't just go up and say, "Hey, Johnny."
Well, you know
How
what?
you doing?
Before he passed, I saw a little interview with him where he mentions you as being one of the best.
I saw that. When I saw that, I freaked. I couldn't believe it.
Imagine that you idolize him, and he's the one that tells you,
Yeah.
this kid is incredible.
Yeah.
I saw that. I saw that interview. It's all over YouTube. I think I showed it to you too.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Well, listen.
But there was John Cipollina too from Quicksilver Messenger Service and Gary Duncan.
Yeah.
They were both great. I was into the Dead for a while.
Really?
Yeah, I was into everything from the 60s.
Yeah.
I was totally into.
So Yanni, that's like 30 whatever
it's
years
okay.
before you
I
were
mean,
even a thought.
It's like a history class, man.
Yeah,
Learning about all
You want
these
to
famous
see
people.
history, Yanni? You want to talk history? No, we're going to talk about some sports because you grew up a big Habs fan. We're gonna what do you call that thing?
Before we get to hockey, I have a little question.
Shoot.
You grew up in Montreal?
Yeah.
All right. So how does a guy from Montreal end up popping off and becoming Frank Marino?
I don't know.
No, but like, because
it just happened.
you see all these people trying to make it in music, and
I never tried.
It just happened.
I never tried. I just played guitar, and people came and flocked to see me play. And other people who would come and see all these people flocking to see me play, they thought, "Hey, we can make a buck with this kid."
Yeah.
Of course.
And gave me a piece of paper and said, "Sign here." And what did I know? Yeah, okay. What do you at first I said no. I didn't want to do it. But once they said they'd give us equipment, we call it gear today.
Yeah, gear. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They'd give us equipment. I said, equipment? Ooh, okay.
Let's go.
Sold.
Let's do this.
Got any pedals?
Yeah. That I can smash and make my own. Yeah. Incredible,
That's
man.
cool. That's
Incredible.
And
Incredible.
one thing led to another, and it led to an album, and that led to a record company, and that led to a tour, and that led to another record company, and that led to Columbia, and
Majors.
one thing led
Wow.
to another. And I never went to high school.
Hey,
See that, kids?
there you go.
High school.
Yeah.
High school.
Take on music.
Yeah, really. Listen, times have changed.
I was
man.
enrolled in high school for
Yeah.
sure. I was enrolled in TMR High.
Oh wow.
And
Enrolled.
Enrolled.
I went,
Yeah, me too. I was enrolled. Yeah.
all I would do is go in one door and out the other.
Yeah, right. I got one for
I
you.
went a total 26 days of grade
That's
eight.
26 more than me. I'll tell you
Wow.
something, okay? When I was a kid, I got a little, I don't know, half scholarship stupidity offered to me to go play in Plymouth State. And I went, but I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
I didn't like it. I'm like, fuck this. I came back to Montreal.
Yeah.
They heard that I was back in Montreal. So the coach of Dawson College calls me. Grant is a friend of mine. He goes, if you're not going to stay there, come and play for us. I go, okay. Dawson College, right?
Yeah.
I said, where do I go? He told me some park. So I went to the park.
Right.
Never been to Dawson College, right? I played for that team for 2 years. And then at the third year, that someone's like, dude, what curriculum are you in? I'm like, Tuesday? What the fuck you talking about? What do you want? What's a curriculum?
How do you spell it?
Yeah, and they're like, okay, you need to leave. Okay, bye. I played for them for 2 years. I was never a student, like ever. You at least walked in and walked out.
Yeah.
I didn't even. Where is it? I still don't know where it is. Is it still there? Is it still?
Yeah.
Is it still there?
Yeah, it
Dawson
is,
College?
yeah.
Yeah. I have no idea where the
insane.
fuck it is. Anyway, whatever. So, there's a story for you. Hey, listen. I want to talk about hockey because we're a hockey podcast, obviously. Whatever. You grew up a big Habs fan.
Yes.
How did that come about?
I was born in 1954, and very early on, at one point, we moved into Saint Laurent. Our neighbor
Mhm.
was Dickie Moore.
Oh wow.
Oh my God! Really?
So Dickie Moore, number 12,
Yeah, number 12. That's right.
his son was young, like I was young,
Yeah.
and we were friendly. And they were like really the literal next door neighbor.
Wow.
And there was times when it was in Saint Laurent. There used to be a place called Saint Aubin
Okay.
Ice Cream.
Yeah.
And they would come, some members of the team would come and take all the
Really?
kids out to Saint Aubin.
That's
Ice Cream.
incredible. I never knew that. See?
And they'd give us the Canadiens jerseys and the
I
hats
never
and
knew that. Never
That's
heard
so
that.
all
cool.
of that stuff,
That's
So
great.
of course you're going to be a
Yeah.
Canadiens
Yeah,
fan
of course. We're up here.
and play ball hockey in the street and all that stuff. But they were always winning.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
was like,
Tell me about it.
to us, it was like, okay, they won. I remember one time it said it was very telling. They asked the mayor of Montreal where the parade was going to be when they had won, and he said the usual route.
Wow.
Imagine that.
Toronto, where is it going to be, Mimo?
Dude, they're on strike that day. They're not
The usual
Get
route.
it.
Yeah,
The
but there were
The
so
usual.
many,
Imagine that.
there were so many good teams of the Canadians that they won so many in a row, and
Yeah,
then
no
they would
kidding.
lose, and everyone would go crazy. Oh no, they lost.
Didn't they ever pass 7 years without winning a cup or something like that?
They never went longer than 7 years without a cup.
Tell me.
And
Yeah.
when Patrick Roy came along, he changed. He was the one that made it to the 7
the
years,
7, yeah.
right?
86, yeah.
And then again, the 7 years again to 93.
93, that's right.
Those were the two longest stretches without a cup for Montreal. Before that, it had never been. I think it had 7 once or twice, but it was mostly 3 years or 4
You
years.
guys are so spoiled, man. It's
Well,
unbelievable.
It's because the management knew when to trade guys. They wouldn't trade them when they were finished. They would
No.
trade them when they were
when
good.
they're hot.
When
yeah,
they're hot.
Of course. Yeah, Mike said that on a couple of episodes.
And,
Yeah.
they, and they would get a lot of other good guys, and that's what kept them going. But I think the greatest, some people say the 60s Canadians were the greatest. I don't. I think the 70s
70s.
Canadians
Those
were
are the
the
ones I-
greatest. It's particularly the 76 team that Scotty Bowman coached.
8 losses.
And they had 8 losses.
Could you imagine that?
No, I can't imagine that.
Eight,
No.
8 losses. That was a team with the big
Sick.
3 on defense, and just you couldn't match a team like that.
That's crazy.
They were-
8
but,
losses all year.
yeah,
And I think 2 of them were to
Shit.
Buffalo, if I'm not mistaken.
it
Something like
could very well
yeah,
be.
2 of them were to Buffalo. That's crazy. Your first game that you actually saw live, do you remember it?
Oh, it goes way back.
Oh, really?
I can't even.
I was gonna say like maybe the Bruins or the Leafs or whatever. You know,
I can't even
You don't
remember.
remember?
I saw so many, and later on, when I was on the road in the 70s, it was like, oh no, I'm not going to be home to watch hockey.
You know what? I swear to you, I'll show you my book. It's right here.
Yeah.
That was the next question I was going to ask you. I heard a story that you used to call home, something about a radio with your dad.
Yeah.
Can you please tell us that?
So, we were playing down south. Now, there was no Dallas Stars or
Obviously
that
not.
down. You know, I was in Texas.
Yeah.
You know, we were playing, and we would bring our hockey sticks and ball and nets with us on tour because we were playing arenas.
Yeah.
So in the daytime, instead of doing sound checks, we would set up the nets and play ball hockody.
That's crazy.
And we would give extra sticks to the crew of the sound crew.
God.
And they'd say, well, what we do with this?
Well, yeah, the hell do they know?
See this little orange ball?
Yeah.
Put it in that
And
net.
that mesh there. Yeah.
And we play ball hockey, but missing the hockey that was really going on, when I would get to the hotel at night, I would call my father. And remember, in those days, long distance cost a lot of money.
You know, when I went on tour, man, I know. I was on tour in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, it was a fortune.
I would call my father for a nothing game in October or November.
Yeah.
And I would say, okay, quick, put the phone by the radio.
And he'd sit in the hotel.
And I would sit in the hotel with the phone glued to my ear, listening to the radio.
You would understand, really?
The radio broadcast. Yeah, you could hear
CBC?
Dick Irvin, you know, like,
and Danny Gallivan.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's Larry Robinson. Come out of the corner.
God.
Source of art. You know,
Crazy.
How was the phone bill?
Phone bill was huge. But when I had a day off, in those days, I would get on a plane. If I had 1 or 2 days off, I would get on a plane, fly to Montreal, go to get a scalper's ticket to the game.
Oh my God.
Didn't care what the hell it was going to cost.
As long as you're in the building, right?
As long as I was in the building, I'd get my scalper's ticket, go into the building, watch the game, come out of the building, go back to the airport, take another plane, and go back on tour.
That's crazy.
That's dedication, guys.
And one of the weirdest things that ever happened to me like that was when I went out to get a scalper's ticket and I couldn't get anything really good. And I was looking around, and who walks by? Dick Irvin walks by.
My God.
So he says, you know, hey kid, waiting to go to the game? I go, yeah, I'd like to go to the game, but you know, I'm still looking for a ticket. He goes, here, take mine. And he gives me a pair of tickets, but they were the whites. They were in the whites, but they were Dick Irvin's tickets.
Yeah, who cares?
Now I wasn't going to use these tickets because this is something I want to put on my wall that Dick Irvin gave me these tickets. So I went to the scalpers anyway, and I finally found a seat. And Dick had said to me, now don't go sell them now.
Oh, yeah, listen, we would do that too when we were kids. That's what we would do. Yeah.
I go and I sit in the seat that I got from the scalper in the Reds. Who walks by me? Dick Irvin.
Oh, man.
I look at him and I go, no, I still have them. I still have them.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Wow.
What are the chances?
That's insane, man.
Yeah.
The old guys, Frank. The old guys.
Mm.
You were friends with some of them, weren't you?
Yeah, I was friends with, friends. I was
acquaintance,
acquainted with Guy Carbonneau and Chris Chelios and Chris Nyland.
Yanni, did you hear that?
Yeah.
And
The Greek god, Chelios.
Bob Gainey.
Yeah.
I think I met Steve Schutt. Guy Lafleur. I met Guy Lafleur.
That was my next thing I was going to ask you about Guy.
The big three, Larry Robinson. He was into cars.
Yeah. Any of them musicians?
Well, none of them are really musicians. They kind of play, you know, like some of them played a little guitar.
Okay, yeah.
It wasn't like a kind of thing. Hockey players want to be musicians, and musicians want to be hockey players.
I'm proof of that.
And some of us have no talent at all.
Yeah, you just want to make money and live. Yeah, that's good.
But I was in a bar one night, and I saw 4 or 5 guys eyeing me, and I thought, I'm going to get into some kind of problem or whatever, you know,
catch a beating
because it's dark in the bar. I couldn't tell, but they were all their heads were turned towards me as if I'd done something wrong to their girlfriend or something.
Yeah.
And they all got up at once and walked over to my table, and I went, oh no, here it comes. But then I noticed the first guy was Guy Carbonneau.
Oh wow.
And he says to me, are you Frank Marino?
Jeff.
And I said, "Are you Guy Carbonneau?" And he says, "Can I have your autograph?"
Oh wow!
And I said, "Only if I can have your autograph."
That's mutual respect there,
And
man.
then he
That's
gave me
awesome.
tickets to a game. They were playing the Minnesota North Stars, and remember the Minnesota North Stars.
Yeah.
That's
Of course, I remember
back.
Lou Nanny and all that. Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
yeah, Joe Malash, yeah.
And I went to the game, and he was signaling me at the end of the game, come down to the
Wow,
to
that's
the
so
dressing
cool.
room, because they had a good night, and he had a good night that night too. But I didn't want to. I was shy again, just like with the Johnny Winter thing. I didn't
Yeah.
want to, you
Humble.
know.
It's
Yeah, I didn't want to get into the way and go stand around the dressing room. But I said, I pointed to my watch. I've got to go. Thanks very much. And then he would send me Christmas cards and stuff like that.
Wow.
Wow.
You know, it was pretty cool.
That's cool. It was different in those days, man.
Yeah.
You know, and especially they were so used to winning all the time. You watch anything on the history of NHL, it's all the Canadians. Mike and I went to the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto. Mike, remember that?
Yeah.
Frank, they have a room dedicated to the 70s Canadians.
They have the dressing room.
The dressing room.
redone.
Right.
It's like it used to be here in Montreal.
Right.
It's incredible.
But they didn't win just because they were good hockey players.
What do
They
you mean by
won
that?
because they were a family.
Of course, yeah.
The
Which doesn't exist in today's game.
coaching, the Scotty Bowman style coaching, and before Scotty Bowman, and all the way back to the beginning. Dick Irvin Sr.
Yeah, Toe Blake and all that.
Toe
yeah.
Blake. They made sure that everybody was on the same page, that everyone played for everyone else.
That doesn't happen anymore.
They weren't playing for their name on their back. They were
Playing for
playing
that logo on the jersey,
logo
man.
on the jersey.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to say that today, I don't want to sound like an old guy saying,
No,
"Oh, used to be this, used to be that." I know that today hockey players are faster, generally, and they don't have a red line, so maybe they're even a
Absolutely.
little faster.
That's one of the questions I'm going to ask you after.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I ask all the guests that we have on. Yeah.
But I still prefer the 70s and the 80s.
So do I, any day. See, Yanni, you never saw that. There used to be a red line, okay? And an ex-Montreal Canadian, Frank, Jacques Lemaire.
Yeah.
When he, they saw the Russians came here.
Right.
The Russians actually used that red line as a player, as a defenseman, because you couldn't make a two-line pass. You couldn't make a pass cross the red line. Okay, you had to cross your own blue line to make it to there.
Mhm.
Nowadays it's blue to blue. Who cares? As long as you're not offside, you're good, right? And those days, so Jacques Lemaire ended up creating that. What do you call it? The trap, I guess you want to call it.
The neutral zone.
Created
trap.
The neutral
zone.
He would actually use it as a player, as a third, because you can't pass beyond me. So
Right,
I'm not going to
exactly.
set up there. I'll set up here.
Right.
And it changed the game. It really did. It made it boring as shit.
Yeah, but that's why they had to take the red line out.
Yeah, because it was boring. But they won 3 cups with it, Frank.
Yeah.
So how do you how do you deny that? You can't.
Well, I think they could have made a different kind of a rule that would say that there are certain things you're not allowed to do without necessarily taking out the red line.
Okay, like
taking out
example.
the red line is it's like baseball. There are things about baseball you just don't change. 90 feet to the bag,
Yeah, of course.
66 feet, 6 inches
Mhm.
to the pitcher's
Pitcher's
mound.
mound, yeah, exactly.
And if all of a sudden you start changing those things, then it's not the same game anymore.
Right.
I totally agree. I grew up playing with a red line.
Could you? I hear a lot of people talk today about they don't give the proper props to guys like Gretzky. They say, "Well, Gretzky had this guy helping him," but they don't realize just how hard it was, how much hacking and slashing there
The
was,
clutching, the
and the
grabbing,
clutching
the
and the
slashing,
and
the punches,
and the red line,
and the red line, yeah, exactly.
and the overtimes that weren't
even around. Exactly.
right.
There was ties in my day. There was ties.
So
There was also no instigator rule.
no instigator rule, so you could defend yourselves and whatever.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest rule I think they've ever brought into hockey.
and the benches used to be on the
Same sides.
side.
Oh my god, Yanni, war.
Yeah.
War. You don't understand, bro. I know you're a big Canadians fan now today, but if you were alive in those days, dude, 4 or 5 in a row they would win. Listen, did you hear what the guy said? What parade route are we taking? The usual.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me, man?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, you were saying on the same side. What do you mean with on the same side?
The benches were on the same side
Of the ice.
of the ice, not like the Bruins there and the Leafs here, the Canadians. They were on the same side.
So
So
you'd have these bench
Wow.
clearing brawls while they were changing.
yeah, I was at a game once, Frank, and Chris Nyland, who was an ex Montreal Canadiens, and he was a guest on our show. He had it was against the Detroit Red Wings. I don't remember who he fought. I want to say Reed Larson at the time.
Right.
I could be wrong, okay? But he fought a guy in Detroit, and
Detroit.
No, here he fought from Detroit. I should say. Sorry.
It could be. What's his name?
Probert.
No. I think it was before that.
Bobby Probert.
I think it was before Probert's time, and he fought a guy, and they brought him to the to the penalty box, and they were there in the same, like they were there next to each other, right?
Yeah.
And something, I don't know if it was a water, Nyland.
Yeah, of
I don't know if it was a
course.
water bottle or something went flying. Frank, the second they stepped on the ice, oh my God.
Bing, bang, boom.
It was crazy.
Yeah, bing, bang, boom.
It was crazy. I'm like, you have to change that, man. Someone's going to die.
Yeah.
Especially with guys like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's insane.
But we would go down to the forum, like if we heard that that Philly was in town.
Yes, of course.
Okay, Philly's in town, or the Bruins.
Yeah.
We would go down to the forum and ready to see
a scrap.
That. Yeah.
It doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah. That's what we went to
now
see.
you have to ask a guy, dude, you want to go?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And then watch out if
Formal
you take
invitation.
the guy's helmet off.
Yeah.
All these rules.
Take
about
off my elbow pads and hold on. I'm going to send you a bonbonniere if you want. And,
Yeah.
Come on. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Like, let's scrap it
Sign
out.
a consent form.
You brought up the Flyers.
Yeah.
Is it true?
Is it true that they were the Broad Street Bullies?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I remember. Yes.
it's completely true.
It is true.
It's also completely true that Larry Robinson clocked one of them.
Yeah. I heard that after they won those 2 cups in a row, the Canadians had 4 or 5 draft picks in the first 2 rounds, and they picked up Gilles Lupien, Rick Chardon,
Yeah.
all these wackos, right?
Yeah.
And that shit never happened again in Montreal.
Yeah.
Like the Flyers never came here and said, "We're gonna have our way with you." That's
Well,
not
there was a few bench clearers. You know, before the league started saying "whoa,"
okay.
there was a few.
Is that why you think that instigator stupidity came in?
Yeah, it's absolutely why it came in.
Because it was just goons at one point.
Thank Philly for that.
Well, I mean, it wasn't just Philly.
Hey,
I
the
mean,
Bruins were the Canadians were just as bad. The Rangers were just as bad.
Yeah.
You know.
The Bruins were called the Big Bad Bruins.
Yeah.
So they would fight against the guy. Remember Milbury with the shoe and all that?
Beating up the fans.
Yeah, remember that? Milbury jumped in and started beating a guy with his own shoe.
Yeah.
Remember that? Hold on, give me that size 6. Come on.
That's
It's
crazy.
not just the Flyers, Mike. That's insane. You remember that, man?
Yeah.
Oh man. I wanted to ask you something. You've obviously been in front of crowds, tens of thousands of people there, and you've also, seen the Canadians when they score in a big goal, right? Because you've been there. When you play in front of a crowd or the Canadians crowd, which one you prefer?
Well, the roar from the Canadians' goal
Something else.
is something else, especially at the Forum.
Yeah.
Okay, because now it's the Bell Center.
Yeah, it's not the same.
And it's not the same
It's not
thing.
the same.
But when you were at the Forum, like in the old days, the sound was
Incredible.
was ridiculous. And I played the Forum
Yes, of course.
myself,
Yeah.
and we had a pretty good crowd too, and we had a pretty good sound. But it's nothing like
When Guy Lafleur would score a goal.
it's nothing like too many men on the ice.
Oh, remember that?
Yeah.
Ah, grapes, man.
John Cherry.
Ah, grapes.
I want to ask you a favorite Montreal Canadiens memory, if you could pick one.
Too many men on the ice.
There you go.
It has to be that. It has
That's
to
that
be
one.
that.
Yeah.
It has
Actually, the goal that came from Guy Lafleur
Lafleur.
Yeah.
off of that penalty, because I got to tell you, what's his name in nets there? Who was it?
Cheevers.
No, it wasn't Cheevers.
Gilbert.
He was standing on his head. That game was over.
He had an amazing
That
game.
game
That's right.
was over. I think there must have been 40, 50 shots.
Oh my God.
And when they called that, and when that drop back pass was given to Lafleur and he snapped it, he didn't slap shot it. He just snapped it and it went in the corner. The sound was pretty unbelievable.
Off the charts.
Yeah.
See, Annie, that's
And then they go to overtime.
yeah.
They go to overtime, and the goal they score was
Was it
almost
Lambert?
like it was Yvan Lambert.
Yeah, it was Lambert. Yeah, exactly.
from Tremblay.
From Trombley. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And they came in and Lambert just made a beeline to the crease
Just in, yeah.
and just had his stick ahead and
Trombley put it
passed
right
it
there.
right
yeah.
on his tape and it was over.
And it's a game that's never, ever, ever going to be like, we're going to talk about it forever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I went to the next one
Okay.
the year after when they had to play the Minnesota North Stars.
Yes.
And now Dryden was no longer with the team.
That's right.
And I'm trying to remember the name of the goalie we had, and I can't even remember.
After
it.
Dryden.
Steve
Yeah.
Penny?
Yeah,
No, that was way after. There might have, after Dryden.
It was something with an H.
Heron. Denny Heron.
Denny Heron.
Denny
That's
Heron,
it.
yeah.
That's it. And we were down 1 goal. Goalie pulled, and I had a seat right on the goal line.
Mhm.
And Larry came in because Larry could come up in those
of course.
days.
Yeah.
Larry came into the crease and he got the puck on the shaft of his stick and hit it, and it just tumbled down to the line and not in.
Oh,
And then the clock went.
and
Wow.
and the game was over.
Yeah, the game was over. That's how they came to their end.
Did you experience the 72 series when they played here?
Oh yes.
Did you go?
No, I didn't go.
But you
I experienced.
You
it.
experienced
Yeah,
because that was like war.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
two countries
Yeah.
at war.
yeah, that was something.
That was that was.
I mean,
crazy.
Phil Esposito. I mean, what was he on?
Yeah.
What was Phil Esposito on to do all that he did?
Yeah, and to say all those, even what he said, well, to the people of Canada.
Well,
listen,
he
we're
was
trying.
he was right. We're trying.
Yeah,
We're
of
trying. I
course.
mean,
They had never seen anything like
what
that.
are you doing, booing us? Like, what is that?
That's
That
crazy.
shouldn't happen.
That's crazy. And you never saw that, eh? The 72.
No.
Actually, it's that picture of that
The Summit
right
Series?
behind you.
But so
72 series.
when the Soviets came out in that series, their skill, their finesse, and that was like never seen before, eh? Pretty much.
These guys would
Yeah.
win a game after making 7 passes
Yeah.
and
That's
taking 3 shots,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
and they'd win 3-1.
I'm a soccer guy, right?
Yeah.
It's like watching Spain. And when you watch Spain, I don't know what you know about soccer, but you watch Spain, and it's like, Jesus Christ, I'd rather watch paint dry because they make like 40, 50, like, the other team is like, dude, can I touch the ball? Like, please. But they make 17, 18, 19 passes, boom, and then they put it in your net. It's the same thing like the Russians were. You know what I mean?
Right.
Those back passes. Remember those back passes?
Yeah, but they were deftly done. They were,
Yeah.
Look, kids are trying it today.
Of course.
And it's I like to do something. I do when I'm sitting with people, we're watching a hockey game. I say, now watch carefully and count the passes until it either changes possession
yeah.
or hits somebody's leg
Turnover, yeah.
or there's a turnover or whatever. Count. Try to get 3.
Not happening.
Try
Not
to
in today's
get
game.
3.
It's a different game. And
Not in
Okay.
today's game. No way.
It's like by the time if you get 3, you're really lucky.
You're good.
You're not getting 4.
No, unless you're on the power play, right?
Yeah.
Because then
Yeah,
it goes
yeah,
around.
yeah.
You go,
yeah, they cycle the puck around.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually getting to my question is obviously, with all these legends that Montreal has had in today's game, who would you take? Would you take these young kids that we got now? Or would you take the legends of the past
The
Montreal
70s.
Canadiens to play today's game?
That's an interesting question because some of the legendary guys of today are really, really good, and you
Mhm.
want to take them. But there's not that many. You've got Connor McDavid. You've
Obi,
got Sidney Crosby.
Sid. Yeah.
You've got Ovechkin. What really else do you
Nate.
have?
Maybe
There's-
Nick
Nathan
McKinnon.
McKinnon.
Yeah,
maybe,
you got
yeah.
McKinnon, Cale Makar.
Kill McCarr, yeah.
Okay. So there's going to be some guys like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you reach back into the times that I'm talking about,
Mhm.
the guys that didn't win the cup, Marcel Dion,
Yeah. We
Yeah.
spoke about him last
Yeah.
show.
That's
goal
the-
scorers.
Yeah.
You know,
Hall of Fame, yeah.
you could make if you could go back to those days, and you could take all the guys that didn't make it to the show,
You can make an all-star
and
team.
you could make an all-star
Absolutely.
team that in today's hockey would compete
Absolutely.
very well.
But Frank, I see, for me, I've been a fan since I was a kid. I blame that on expansion. You keep expanding. There's not that much talent. You can't have, we'll talk about the 70s Canadiens, okay? Mike, they were all in the Hall of Fame. I mean, you're talking Lafleur, Lemaire, Schutt, Robinson, Savard, Lapointe, Dryden. Look, that's 7 already. Gainey, Carbo, whatever, right? And the list goes on and on and on and on, right?
Right.
Nowadays, you can't have 8 guys that are that good on a team. I find the product is diluted.
Well, because of the salaries.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
Because of the salary cap.
The cap. Well, the cap. That's another.
Everyone's
stupidity.
playing. Look, have you noticed something? I've noticed something.
Mm-hmm.
When I was young, we had talks about hockey.
Yeah.
And we were talking about who's going to be first, who's going to be on top, who's going to be first. Yeah. Now people are talking about who's going to make it into the playoffs, who's going to be last.
Yeah.
It's a race to the bottom.
It is. We were talking about that before. Because you and me, my friend, you guys are tanking.
And hockey shows like this won't be talking about the great play that McDavid made last night.
Well,
if anybody saw it.
I saw it. My God. The goalie didn't, but I saw it. Yeah.
No, what are they talking about? They're talking about salaries. They're talking about how many years for how many thousands or how many millions.
Millions, yeah. Thousands,
and they're talking about all of this going to kids that are under 19 years old.
Yeah.
And, it's not the same. When they say it's not the same game, they're right.
It's not the same game.
But for a different set of reasons.
Obviously, for different reasons. Yeah. Today's team, the Montreal Canadiens. What do you think?
I think that the next time a Canadian team wins the cup, it will be the Montreal Canadiens.
I told you the same thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's coming sooner than people think.
I said that too. I did. I just find Marty St. Louis is the perfect coach for these kids.
He's the perfect coach for them. They've got the perfect owner. They've got the perfect GM upstairs.
Yep. Oh my God.
They've got all the right people in the right places, and the team itself is the right right
bunch of guys.
There's a couple of guys who I won't name,
question marks,
that are questionable, but I will bet you they won't be there.
Yeah.
At some point.
I agree with you too. Yeah.
But for the most part, I see a team definitely on the rise. And never mind, will they make the playoffs? We're really talking about a possible conference champion.
I think they're winning the division for sure this year.
You know what? The way they're playing, man. And I know it's early. It's only 15 games, whatever. But
Mike and I were talking about that.
Yeah.
I've got them down as conference champions.
Yep. So does Yanni.
I actually went and
Same for the Anaheim Ducks.
I get it. Yeah.
I have the Ducks for the division too.
and Mike said something that's true. They lack that grit and that dirtiness.
Yeah, a bit of beef.
That you need to have. Yeah. But the year is still young.
Yeah, and what I tell you, they have the money. They can get easily. They can get.
Have the assets.
And if you get one of those 2 guys, like you get 2 things in one, like a grit. I'm just saying, like a Tom Wilson kind of guy.
Yeah,
who can give you the grit.
There's a guy.
You know what I mean?
There.
Who can give you the grit, and he can score you, a couple of goals. Nazem Kadri can, you understand? There is guys in the league. You just got to go, and you got to go.
Plus, they got, like I said, they got Florian in the minors, who will come up to play in the bottom 6 and add toughness there.
Yeah,
but I'm saying he's in their system. It's going to cost them nothing.
No,
you need to get that toughness happening in the starting 6.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. The other team needs to know that you can't mess with us.
The starting 6 has to have that toughness. It can't just be in the third line and the fourth line,
or the defensive pairing,
because they're not going to play enough minutes anyway.
That's right. That's why I'm saying a guy. I know you're not going to get Tom Wilson. I'm saying a guy like a Tom Wilson. You know,
that'd
what I mean?
Be a nice little fit, actually.
Like, in my day, there was guys like Cam Neely, Todd Bertuzzi, guys that can
Right now, I haven't seen in a long time. I haven't seen a hope as much as I'm seeing as in Lane Hudson.
Oh my God.
This is something. He's phenomenal.
He is.
He's really. The only thing I'm worried about is he's small, and they're going to really concentrate on him in the playoffs.
Someone's going to hurt him. Yeah.
But I think he's savvy enough. Did you know this guy just never looks down? His head is always up.
It's incredible.
And he makes a stutter step, or he makes the right move. He's like Cale Makar number 2.
Yeah, the way he walks the line, man, it's just unbelievable.
He's very similar but different.
Yeah, he's as exciting as Guy Lafleur was.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Okay, there's a segue for you. Before we end the show, I'm going to mention a couple of names to you, and I want you to tell me, what you think. Okay, the first one is you just mentioned Guy Lafleur.
Guy Lafleur. What can you say about Guy Lafleur? The flower, the flying, the flying hair.
That hair, man.
The guy, Mr. Clutch.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Talk about Mr. Clutch.
Yeah. When you needed a goal, look at the number 10, man. It's
And
gone.
smoking
Crazy.
on the bench.
Yeah, literally.
All those stories, eh?
Literally.
All those stories
Yeah.
smoking on the bench. Here's another one. Mario.
I think Mario could have been even greater than Mario was, but for the
illness.
illness. You know,
Imagine that. Greater than Mario was.
Yeah.
Imagine saying that.
yeah, Mario was really something. But I saw Mario in junior one night
So did I.
score 7 goals in a
Laval.
game.
Yeah. So did I.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
I went to see him a couple of games. Mike, you don't know. First of all, he towered over everybody, right?
Right,
He
right.
was so much taller than everybody.
Right.
He would, it's like, what did the Therian used to say? It's like men's play with boys.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. He was so good.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
Oh my God, it was fantastic. Wayne.
Wayne Gretzky is the guy. He's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time.
I totally agree with that.
100%.
There's no, okay, I know I love Ovi, and he got the goals, but the points,
Yeah, you're crazy. They're like
Missing a
1,000
lot of it.
behind.
The point-
The everything.
the goals mean you're scoring.
Yeah.
The points mean everyone else is
It's
scoring.
Exactly.
You're making everyone
He's
better.
1,000 some odd points ahead of
Yeah,
everyone else.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
1,000, not like 12.
I don't think
1,000.
anybody. Well, look,
No one's touching that.
I don't think so.
No one's touching that.
How? It'd be
No
impossible.
one's touching that. You're crazy. You have to play fucking 60 years. That's not happening.
I mean, Yager didn't even come close.
Yeah, exactly. Here's one for you, Mr. Bobby Orr.
Bobby Orr. There's nobody that skated like Bobby Orr. He'd take 2 strides, and the gap between him and the guy behind him would just instantly melt. Gone. And he had great hockey sense, skates undone. Fantastic guy to watch. He left way too early. They went after his knees.
Yeah.
And he left way too early. I heard a story about Bobby. I don't know if it's true, but it's a great legend. It's a great story that when he went to the Blackhawks, because he felt he couldn't contribute, and they only wanted him for the power play.
Yeah.
He literally gave back his contract money.
You got to be the money?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Come on.
Wow.
When he
See these kids of today, man.
Ask
If
Mitch
I
Marner.
can't give you my best,
Then I don't deserve your money.
I don't deserve you.
I heard
Oh
some.
my God.
I heard some stories about Bobby that a lot of the goals that the Bruins would score,
Oh yeah,
he
give
would
them
shoot
up.
it
Yeah.
and he'd say,
Phil
tipped
got
it.
Phil got it.
Phil tipped it.
Yeah,
He'd
Phil.
give his points to other guys.
There must have been incentives on the contract or something.
No, but it would like to
That's
not
Yeah, of
hog
course.
the
And he's a
spotlight.
perfect gentleman.
Yeah,
I met him.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a quick story. I was going to work at the music store when I was, a couple of years ago, and a friend of ours, Sergio from Red One, called me. He's like, "Dude, where are you?" I said, "I'm driving to work." He goes, "Hurry up, get here." So what's going on? He goes, "I'm in Tim Hortons, and Bobby Orr is here." I'm like, "Dude, roll another one. Like, come on, get at me. What do you, Bobby Orr's on fucking Jean Talon. Come on, shut up."
Yeah.
He's like, "Hurry up and get here." I pull up and I see remember when they used to play the Don Cherry versus Bobby Orr
right,
prospects,
Yeah,
whatever?
Yeah,
I see the bus. I'm like, is he really telling me the truth? I walk into Tim Hortons
yeah,
and Mr. Bobby Orr is there.
yeah.
And I went, I beeline straight to him. I said, "Mr. Orr, I'm such a big fan." I said, my father, who was he was the biggest Montreal Canadiens fan, like you.
Yeah.
And every time I asked him, "Dad, who was the greatest player of all time?"
Bobby Orr.
Bobby Orr. It's not even a question.
Yeah.
And I said to him, "Mr. Orr, my he loves you more than grapes," is what I said to him. I said, "Can I have an autograph?" He goes, "I'd love to." He goes, "What's your dad's name?" I said, "Charlie." And he goes, "To Charlie, Bobby Orr." And he signed me an autograph on Jean Talon.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Perfect gentleman.
What a gentleman.
perfect
What a
gentleman.
perfect. Like, that's what a hero should be.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what the last one, my friend. The last one before we announce our little giveaway. Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix. I can answer that by saying Guy Lafleur,
Mm-hmm.
Mario,
Yeah. Bobby Orr.
Bobby Orr,
Wayne Gretzky. Yeah,
Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
That's Jimi Hendrix.
That's Jimi Hendrix. Altogether.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. There's an answer. Listen, I want to say thank you so much for doing this. This is an honor for me. Like I said, sometimes the fan in me forgets that you're my friend, man. So thank you so much. Thank you so
very
much for doing
Thanks,
this,
guys. Thanks.
This
Appreciate it.
This is like a dream come true for me. And you know, I wish you all the best. I hope you're back on that stage. God, I hope. If it's anything like it was at Le Neuvième, that show that Mitch put together, man, I'm telling you, I saw people with tears in their eyes. And it was incredible to see it.
Big shout out to Mitch, by the way.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
big
yes,
shout out
absolutely.
to Mitch.
He put it all together, and I
Yeah.
told him that night. I thanked him that night.
He's been a guest with us. Great guy.
Yeah, great
Yeah.
guy, and we might try to have him on again.
Yep.
Right, Yanni. Before we go, it's kind of fitting that we have Frank here. So my friend over at Godin Music, Mario Biffarelli, he gave us a little, gift.
A little giveaway.
This is it right here.
A Godin
You can see
guitar.
it. Little Godin guitar. It's a radium right here. Okay, and we're gonna have a little contest right before Christmas. We're gonna give it away.
Yeah.
But Yanni, how does it work? Tell people, because I'm a donkey
So-
when it comes to this.
I'm gonna have all the instructions on social media, Instagram. So definitely, it's gonna be like a follow, comment, share,
Like
kind
and
of a
subscribe, that kind of thing.
and yeah, exactly.
And then their name gets put in a hat. Here we go. I'll show you this guitar again.
Yeah.
Here it is.
you guys are gonna be in the giveaway pile,
And
and
that's a beautiful piece. That's
that is a
there you go. It's a
piece.
beautiful guitar.
piece.
And I want to say thanks to Godin Guitars and my dear friend. He's like a brother to me. Mario Biffarelli. He's like the CEO or whatever. I don't know. He's the head cheese there. I don't know. Whatever. Biff, thank you so much for doing this. Frank, again, thank you so much. Boys,
you.
we'll do it again next week.
Yes, sir.
And please, like I said, the only way to help us is by subscribing, and we're gonna keep doing this. I told you, we're just three friends that love to talk hockey, and having guests like Frank on is just makes
it all better.
it makes it all better, man. So be safe, be nice to one another, and we'll see each other again next week. Thanks.
Have a good one, boys.
Bye.